So y'all know I'm always on here making like funny TikToks. When I be like on breakout work and stuff, I be making TikToks. So the TikToks that I made just got me fired. They just fired my ass. So y'all be careful with posting TikToks, even if it's not your voice, even if you're not saying where you work at. You being in uniform and making certain TikToks with certain captions or anything can cause you to get fucking fired from your job at a clinic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't hit that like and subscribe button, I appreciate it. If you do, please. Okay, thanks. All right, guys. So hi, my name is Erin and welcome back to my channel. So you can clearly see what we're going to talk about here. People getting fired because of TikTok. And I just find it a little crazy that some of them are shocked that they got fired from TikTok. So we're going to just have a little bit of a discussion with some of the videos that are going to be posted, because there's just, there's just things you don't do when you're at these people corporation and these people jobs and these people, industry or whatever you want to call it, wherever you're working. You don't do stuff like that. I grew up like that old school, once you're at work, you put your phone away, silent, vibrate. Like, I don't do stuff like that at work. And I just think it's absolutely crazy how everyone is so addicted to TikTok, like it's a drug. And we're going to talk about it. So let's watch the next clip and let's get in there.
For my job because a coworker told the owner that I was making a TikTok. Mind you, this is like the second time I ever worked with this dude, right? So last Friday, we was at a client's house. We bringing stuff in out the truck. We had contractors there. They had to cut out some brick and some tile before we can even get started on the install. So after we finished bringing all the stuff in, we just sitting around because we got to wait for them to finish. So I went to the van, about to start making the TikTok. I pulled my phone out, hit the record button. He hit the corner.
All right, so he said a keyword, downtime. At the end of the day, that's just my little intake. Just because you have downtime don't mean you got to do stuff on company's time. Like, that's just my thing. And like I said before, like, I've never recorded me doing anything at work because of the fact that I work in healthcare, and I believe in that hungry hippo in HIPAA. I believe in that HIPAA, and I will never take any chances with HIPAA, even if it's posting pictures or anything like that, because I think that's just absolutely insane. In this guy's situation, it's not like he's dealing with patients or anything like that, but at the end of the day, you're on company's time and you don't need to be pulling out your phone. Like, my thing is, the only time I'll actually pull out my phone is to check to see if I have an emergency. Like, for example, I already know, when I go to work, my kids are with my husband, and my husband never calls me when I'm at work. And if he does call, I know it has to be an emergency, because he knows not to call me while I'm at work, because I'm at work. That's my place of employment. That's our bread and butter, and you don't do that. So let's just continue.
I'm like, hey, bro, you messing on my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Joking and shit. And he was like, bro, you making a TikTok? I was like, yeah, I'm finna knock one out real quick. He was like, bro, this is your full-time job. Like, well, you should be making TikToks. I'm like, bro, we not doing nothing. And I make money off here. So this is like a part-time job. I'm like, it take 2 minutes. He was like, I'm all right. After that conversation, I was like, okay, I know what type of dude this is. He pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it. He trying to play it off, but he making remarks like, next week, Rand will be out here. Oh, Rand the shades expert now. Knowing damn well he finna go to the owner and tell him to fire my ass. Because apparently I'm like the 8th person this dude that got fired. Like, he don't even work out here. He work out in Florida, but he was only back in Louisiana for a week to help with some shit off for the holidays or whatever. The owner was like, hey, man, we need to talk. I've been hearing, like, you've been on your phone all day. You make TikToks all day. Work not getting done, so we're just going to go ahead and part ways. I was like, bro, I don't be on my phone all day. I was like, if I make a TikTok, I make a TikTok in downtime. He was like, well, we usually don't have downtime. I said, we got plenty of downtime. I was like, but you know what, man? It is what it is. I just wanted to clarify that shit. I don't want you just going off of what he told you. And also, somebody else fell through the roof that same day. They also got fired, too.
I don't know how people could laugh and all this stuff after they get fired. Like, I would be boohoo crying. I would be boohoo crying, but I guess, you know, that saying, you laugh so you don't cry. I guess that's what it is. But at the end of the day, I can easily say know your coworkers, but at the end of the day, you don't really know your coworkers. You don't know who you're working with. You don't really know their personality. You don't really know the type of people they are. You don't know if they have some type of vendetta against you, and you don't even know it. You know, they're probably just waiting for you to just do something so they can just report you. And, you know, I don't even know how to even feel about this situation, because that's really on him, because from what it... So I just want to throw in the correction. This is his second time working with the guy. Just to throw it out there, guys. I have to watch it again. So it's like, if you never work with a person, why would you do something like that? You know, especially if, from what it looks like, he's a real... He goes by the books. And you don't know that person, and you decide to pull out your phone and do a TikTok. And on top of that, you mentioned that's like a part-time job for you. So you're doing your part-time job on your full-time job. And another thing I would say that was wrong with how he handled the situation when his boss brought it in, was when he said that he was doing it on downtime. Remember that word? And the boss said there is no downtime, and he's like, there's plenty of downtime. Sir, why would you say that? And it's like literally, I don't want to say mess it up for everybody else, but that's literally what you just did. Now, if this guy decides he wants to start monitoring every single move that everybody makes, he has the right to, because now, from what it sounds like, you guys got a lot of downtime to do whatever, you know. Let's watch the next video.
I got fired. Yeah, my big 6-figure remote tech job. Yeah, they canned me. And you guessed it, it was because of a TikTok. Yeah, last month I took a very quick video. I had forgotten to put my mug underneath my Keurig one morning, and so my coffee spilled all over the place. And I took a quick little snippet of the coffee everywhere. I turned around my face. I said, fuck! I hit stop recording and I uploaded. And I did not use my big giant brain to think about the fact that in the background of that video, you could hear my chief product officer talking. Because I was in a meeting.
Guys, I kind of feel bad for her. You can tell in her face, like, she really wants to kick herself in the butt. Like, you can tell, like, she knows she messed up. Like, she knew she messed up. But you're in a meeting, you know. Like, with these remote jobs and virtual jobs, one thing that people forget about those jobs is that at the end of the day, you're still at work. Even though you're in the comfort of your home, you're still at work. So you have to treat it as if you're in the office. And you know, some people be wearing half clothes. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little jealous that you guys could, you know, business on top, pajamas in the bottom, like if it's what's they call that thing, a mullet? That's what it look like, you know, business in the front and party in the back, or party in the bottom. But yeah, at the end of the day, you guys have to treat the job as if you guys are actually in the office, because at the end of the day, this is still your job and these people are still paying you. And you can really tell that she's really like hurt by the fact that she lost that job. All right, let's continue.
Yep. It was about 4:30 in the morning. I was in my weekly team stand-up meeting. They were having a conversation that had absolutely nothing to do with me, so I went off camera, took the 20-second video, and hit upload, and I did not think anything of it until the next day when I got called into a meeting with HR and my chief product officer, and they said, hey, somebody sent us this video, and we are immediately dismissing you from the company for gross negligence. And I said, it was great working with all of you, and I hung up the call, and I said, holy shit. This is going to be perfect for my memoir.
So this right here brings me back to the point of, you don't know your coworkers at the end of the day. You don't know them. Sure, you can't even say your coworkers. Like, from what I've been learning, HR is on this TikTok too, watching everybody. Like, micromanaging has become more than micromanaging. And, you know, my thing is to always be aware of your setting, your background, I am no queen of HR or nothing, but I do know when it comes to your job, that's your job. You know, you keep your job and your personal life separate. So if you're doing your personal TikTok, do not include your job as a content, because situations like this, it can really bite you in the butt. Like with her, you can clearly see she was caught completely off guard. And her video, from what it sounded like, was something very, very innocent. She didn't say anything, but, for spilling her coffee, it was something so simple. But the fact that she missed that important detail, because at the end of the day, she was in a meeting, so let's pretend like we're not on camera and you're in the office. Would you have had that same reaction if you were to spill your coffee, pull out your phone and record it mid-meeting? No. And, I like I said, I do feel bad for her. But, that little last remark she made, it definitely was one of those let me laugh so I don't cry type of moment, because you can definitely tell that she was really hurt by all this.
Yeah. Honestly, do I think that I should have been fired? I mean, nobody ever thinks that they should be fired, but honestly, no. They weren't really talking about anything super confidential. You could honestly barely hear them in the background. But alas, they found it to be a fireable offense, and so they canned me, and I have nothing left to do except for accept it. I mean, shit. I fucked up. It was an oversight. I would 100% accept that. They canned me. I can't do anything about it. So, of course, I thought, well, what would any college dropout who got fired from their job do next?
So just piggybacking on what she said about, should I have been fired? I'm just going to look at it from like a HR point of view. You're representing the company type stuff. Even though from what she said, they weren't really talking about something super confidential or anything, the voice is still in the background. At the end of the day, you're still on the clock. And, if she could have been reprimanded or get a written, what's the word, follow-up about it, disciplinary, there you go, written disciplinary, she could have, verbal, she could have. Some places they'll give you that little strike list, and then there's some offense that you can be fired immediately. And I guess that company's policy is much different from others, on top of the fact that it's a tech company. So you already know what you should and should not do on the internet, because this is a tech company. So for them firing you on the spot, you obviously violated something that you did not read in that handbook, because every company gives you like a handbook of what you can and cannot do, and you obviously violated something big. For you, it probably is something so small, but for them, you violated something big, because you never know who's watching. And with the internet, their competitors could hear it or whatever, even though it's something so small, but at the end of the day, it's something very big for them. And like I said before, I do feel bad that she lost her job, but it's like, what you should and should not do on company time at the end of the day. And like I said, TikTok is like a drug. So she goes on in the video basically saying that she is going to start her own business, pursue her passion and all of that. If you guys want to see the rest of that TikTok, you can just go back a little, and you can see her TikTok name, and you guys can follow her on TikTok and see how her progress is going. I really hope her business is thriving. Yeah, let's go on to the next one.
Let's talk about it. Each and every day I see somebody get on this app and say, oh my God, I can't believe I lost my job for just making a TikTok. Excuse me, you can't believe it. What? And full on smocks, and your patient over there falling out the bed, and you over here doing 1-2 step, and you wonder why they call you to HR. Please make it make.
I said that. And what he's saying is makes sense, and I can honestly say I've personally seen a near miss happen, because someone was actually recording on their phone of whatever they were doing at the moment, and their patient was a fall risk patient on top, and I was over here walking on their own, and we had to just quickly get them back in bed.
It makes sense. Yes, they gonna fire you because there's probably your third, fourth, or even fifth time of them telling you Stop making TikToks while you on the clock. For some strange reason, y'all think the comment section override reality and that your boss is gonna fire you. They gonna fire your ass. And not only that, you have made your job your content. So your entire brand is included with your job. Because you're using your job as content. And not only are you making TikToks while you're at work, you also talking about your boss on video. How much you don't like your boss and your coworker and the people around you. And you wondering why they let you go. Expeditious. Oh, it's freedom of speech. Yep. Freedom to carry your ass on out there door too. Because at some point you got to realize there's a thin line between social media and real life.
So I agree with him 100% when he said that line of there's a thin line between social media and real life. What I realize that a lot of people really can't differentiate that, you know, like there's people that are really out there believing that they're celebrities because they're celebrities on TikTok or Instagram, and then, you know, back to reality, they believe that they should get whatever treatment they're getting online, they should get that in person and act a certain way and then get upset as to why things are not going the way they expect it to be, if that makes sense. But yeah, some people don't know the difference between you know, the internet and reality, which is, you know, I just find that absolutely crazy, especially now that, you know, with technology and how it's developing, it is insane. You know, it's very crazy to me that people are just forgetting just the basic things.
And some people stay on social media so much that they forget that it's real life happening. Really, they do. And then the first thing you do after you get fired from your job is turn on your phone and upload a whole video to the same app that just got you fired from your job.
He's not wrong. That's how I found these videos, because you literally just got fired because you posted a TikTok. Then you go on TikTok and post that you got fired. Now, what if the job sat there and be like, you know what? Maybe we were a little too harsh on them. You know, maybe we can call them back and, you know, let's give them another chance. Because you'll be surprised. There's some jobs that would do that. They will give you a second chance, you know, to reevaluate how they handle, you know, firing you only because of the fact that they're scared of getting sued. But then they go back online and see that you went back and literally did the same thing as to why they fired you. Now they're going to sit there and be like, nah, we did the right thing, because you know what? Clearly they're going to keep doing it even if we tell them to stop. So people don't really be thinking. But my advice to you is to please read those handbooks. Read those handbooks. And there's just some things that are just common sense. Don't use your phone on company's time. If they're paying you, don't use your phone unless it's super, super important, like an emergency. That's when you can use your phone, because that's more the reason why they were even allowing people to have their phones on them, because there's some jobs you come in, you lock your phone, and that's it. You don't hear from your family, you don't hear from your friends, and you would have to get on those phone calls that are monitored in the company if you want to talk to them. So, you know, the fact that you actually have this privilege that a lot of people don't have to have your phone on you, that you're at work and you're literally taking advantage, like, that's not cool. But I digress. So guys, thank you for watching. I am actually going to have a part 2 of this video, because I do have that viral ick nursing video that basically got all those nurses that were in the video fired. And there was actually another video of another what not to do, and TikTok got me fired video. So you guys, like and subscribe. I have my part 2. I will be seeing you soon. Bye.